So check this out. Being positive all the time actually isn't good for your business. And here's why your new age approach of being all positive all the time is actually draining the money out of your business. We're going to look at this from the perspective of the money mindset strategy, get good with your shadow side. So this is about how to use those typical 7 deadly sins, the pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth for good in your business and for more money. So here's the teaching. With ego, there is light and dark. So we have a shadow side because that's what allows us to exist in this 3D reality, in the third dimension. We wouldn't be able to integrate ourselves into this dimension if we didn't have both light and shadow. But the deal is that New Age philosophy has really sanitized our thinking and feeling. It's created this paradigm where we're supposed to be all positive all the time, and we're not supposed to feel negative emotions or more shadow emotions that are perfectly normal and human, like fear, anger, sadness, and frustration. And when we don't feel those, it really creates dysfunction for us, especially in our business. So if we're not giving ourselves permission to feel negative emotions, what happens is we actually dampen down all of our emotions. That's because all of our emotions go together, right? So you can't selectively turn down some emotions, but not other emotions. So we've diminished our own passions. We've disallowed ourselves from feeling the level of desire that would move us powerfully toward our goals in our business. And true desire doesn't come from a purely positive place. True desire also involves our shadow side because true desire involves all of who we are. So some of our darker motivations can be channeled toward a really beautiful outcome. But you've got to begin by being 100% honest with yourself about what you truly want. You can't make your ego want what society or your partner, your spouse, your family, your friends, your community, your faith community, what they want from you, what your industry thinks that you should want. Sometimes the truth is that we want a boatload of attention, or we're pissed off and we want to prove someone else wrong, or we want to make more money than someone else just to show them. So that's the truth of our humanity. So let me give you an example of that. I have been an on-again, off-again entrepreneur for 20 years, and the first 17 years really sucked because I wasn't taking myself seriously. I wasn't willing to get uncomfortable and try new things in my business. And 3 years ago, that changed. I decided that if I didn't really give it my all, I would never be a successful entrepreneur. I made a decision to do whatever it took to grow a successful business. And when I told my partner at the time that I had a plan to go full-time as a psychic business coach, he literally told me that I was crazy and delusional. Instead of having his feedback drag me down, I used it in a really powerful way to motivate myself to prove him wrong. And I proved him so wrong. And then I dumped him because seriously, you do not need that type of energy in your business. Your life partner should be supporting you 100%, period. So if you think that you should be altruistic and stand in service to the world, and that's the only motivation that's going to get you past your resistance, you are wrong. I've never met any entrepreneur that has a truly positive, pristine motivation. Most people aren't willing to admit their darker motivations. Really, this is about healing and self-acceptance and not vilifying any part of you anymore. So it's only when you step into the wholeness of your desire that you become unstoppable. And if you want to go deeper with this concept of getting good with your shadow side, here's how. Begin by allowing yourself to start looking at your deeper motivations for being in business. And if you're not sure how to articulate your shadow side, use the 7 deadly sins as a guide. Pride, wrath, or anger, greed, lust, envy, sloth, and gluttony. So for example, here's some questions. Who do you want to prove wrong? What injustices really piss you off? How much money do you really want to make and why? What other entrepreneur are you envious of and why? If you could create a shortcut to your success, what would that be? And if you had all of the abundance that you truly desire, what would that allow for you? Right. So hang out with those questions. Let me know what came up for you. Submit a comment below, send me an email. Let me know. I'd love to hear. Many blessings. Bye for now.